In a stark demonstration of military prowess, India's armed forces have showcased their superior operational readiness and technological edge during the recent Operation Sindoor. While Pakistan retaliated with Chinese-made PL15 missiles, these missiles failed to hit their intended targets, underscoring their robustness of India's multi-layered air defense systems.
Shown on the screen is a probable enemy PL15 missile, which is of Chinese origin. This missile has missed its target, and you can see the pieces now which are available with us. Another weapon system or weapon which was found was the long-range rocket, the pieces of which you can now see on the screen. We have talked about the loiter munitions and the unmanned aerial systems, and here are some of the glimpses of those systems which we have brought down. To your right, with the right undercarriage or the wheel, you can see is the Yeeha system, which is of Chinese origin with Pakistan.
In a joint press briefing after Operation Sindoor, senior officers from the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force dismantled Pakistan's narrative with facts, footage and forensic evidence. The message was unmistakable. India's air defense shield is robust. Its indigenous systems are world-class and its armed forces are fully prepared for any future operation.
Robust AD system comprises of a large variety of multi-layered AD sensors and weapon systems. From point defense weapons like the low-level air defense guns, shoulder-fired manpads, and short-range surface-to-air missiles or SAMs, to area defense weapons like the air defense fighters and longer-range surface-to-air missiles.
Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, Air Marshal A.K. Bharti and Vice Admiral A.N. Pramod laid out the operational highlights. Pakistan, in a desperate attempt to retaliate for India's precision strikes on 9 terror camps, fired Chinese-made PL air-to-air missiles and unleashed Turkish drones like the Yaha and Songar. The result? Well, the PL-15 missile, touted as a technological marvel, missed its mark and crashed harmlessly into Indian territory. Its debris displayed for the world to see. Indian air defense, powered by the indigenous Akash system and layered with advanced counter-UAS technology, intercepted every incoming threat, leaving Pakistan's arsenal exposed and ineffective.
हमारी तरफ से हमारी एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम्स देश के लिए दीवार की तरह खड़ी थी और इसको भेदना दुश्मन के लिए नामुमकिन था.
India's message was clear. Our fight is against terror, not the Pakistani people. The military leadership emphasized that all Indian air defense systems remain fully operational and ready for any kind of escalation. As Pakistan's imported missiles fell dud, India's homegrown shield stood tall, battle-tested, proven and ready for whatever comes next. And well, for more on this, we're now being joined by Lieutenant General Rakesh Sharma, Defence Strategic Affairs expert. Welcome to WION, Lieutenant General Sharma. First up, of course, I want to ask about their slew of press conferences that have been held, and every time the Indian Armed Forces have shown proof of the operations that they've laid down. In the latest, they've shown the proof of PL-15 missiles, which was given by China to Pakistan and was clearly used against India. Your assessment of these revelations and how major is this milestone that Indian drone strikes destroyed China's HQ-9 air defense systems in Lahore?
Well, Raisha, just to start, consequent to the Pahalgam terror attack, of Sindoor was launched on the night of 6th, 7th of May. 24 missiles, drones were fired, over 25 minutes and 26 lives were avenged. 9 terror camps were struck Jaish, Lashkar, and Hezbollah headquarters were destroyed. More than 100 of the terrorists were killed. 5 top commanders were killed. Well, I just wanted to say here that India targeted the terrorists and not the Pak army. But Pak army chose to fight on behalf of the terrorists, showing its nexus with the terrorists and its support for that, and it retaliated. Despite that, over the next 3 days, there were exchange which was going on between the two. And in that, the question that you asked me, Pakistan was overconfident and it was trying to boast of the equipment that it has got. It will give it cover, the Chinese equipment, the Turkish equipment, and its own made equipment. Well, that myth has been broken. You yourself said and showed it that Chinese PL15 missiles, the one which was fired to India, it was destroyed. 6 of the Paki air bases were hit and destroyed badly. And the proof is coming from Pakistan side. We didn't have to give it. The pictures and videos came to us from there. The air defense system, which you said, HQ-9 given by China, at Lahore, at Sakar, both were destroyed. So Pakistan was uncovered. It became a bear that, anything can happen to it. And what it resulted, or what dividend it gave it to us, your question, that it has proved that India's DRDO capability, our robust and impregnable air defense integrated system, all missiles which were fired were intercepted. The aircrafts which came in JF-17s, 2 were downed, which possibly fell in Paki soil. 1 F-16 was down. So like this, I would say that this was a test bed and a proof of what India's capability is, that India has been able to now manufacture, and we are world-class one. We don't, and the countries who become the superpowers, they have to develop their indigenous capability, and this is what has been proved in this short 3 days of a war. But I may continue with this for 30 seconds or more.
Yes, please.
Now, because of all this, when Pakistan saw this, it was pulverized. It developed fear. It broke the will of Pakistan and also the Pakistan army, and came with a begging bowl. The DGMO of Pakistan, obviously with concurrence from the chief Munir, and also the polity, and sought for the ceasefire on 10th of May, which came in effect from 5 p.m. But unfortunately, you can see here, within hours, the ceasefire violation took place, and all the front, again, starting from Baramulla onwards down till Gujarat, everything was activated once again. I personally feel that, if I may say so, this happened because of 3 factors. One is the mullah factor, second is the military factor, and third thing is the China factor. I don't want to go into the details. Mullahs had told them that, you have sold us out and you will, barter us to India. Right. So situation as of now, since you asked me, situation is fragile. 5 o'clock, the DGMOs are supposed to talk to each other. And, I dare say that Pakistan cannot be trusted. It has happened earlier times also. It's a rogue nation. We have to be prepared and fully prepared, though normalcy over 1.5 days has come.
Right, General Sharma, of course, the ceasefire is on a test right now, but I also want to talk to you more about India's defensive capabilities. Like you mentioned that India's indigenous systems thwarted any kind of attack from Pakistan. Talk to us more about the spectacular coordination that we've seen between the Air Force, Navy and the Indian Army, a multi-layered defense system against any kind of attacks on India.
Well, this is my salute to the tri-services, the concept of the theater command and the integration, and which has been, actually, we have been talking of this for last so many years, but it has not happened. And it has happened from top to bottom. You see that the Prime Minister of the country, Modi ji, he has been sitting with the intelligence agencies, he's been sitting with the chiefs, he's been sitting with the CDS, he's been sitting with the NSA and everybody. This is known as true jointmanship. And this is how we have got our integrated thing. And you asked me that, for the first time, land, sea and air, everything got coordinated. It was not that just one struck. And we placed ourselves at all the three places, the Navy in the Arabian Sea, right opposite the Makran coast. We had the Air Force ready and the Army partly ready onto the selected location doing the exercises. The Air Force struck, the Army held, and Navy gave the deterrence. This was a I would say, dimensional strategy, and then it was also multi-layered kind of a thing. You see, any of the Pakistani drones, aircrafts, anything coming in, they were being intercepted in the Pakistani soil itself. And when they came to the border, the next layer of our system took place. And then when some of them, of course, the swarm drones, etc., some will pass by. Everything, that is the concept. And they were even intercepted. So we had no damage to any of our life property as far as Pakistani, these actions are concerned. Of course, we had, because in the LOC sector, in J&K, we had Poonch, Rajouri, etc., a lot of lives were lost. But that goes to prove that Pakistan was trying to target the civilian so that it can put pressure onto us. So, all in all, you said that this was a superb example after 1999. In fact, such coordination has not ever taken place earlier. We have reached the zenith of what it needs to be done.
Right, General Sharma. Thank you so much for taking out time and joining us here on WION with your insights.
Thank you very much.